This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Hello and welcome everybody back to the 2024 Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Game 4 of day 1. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray with you for Del City and Sand Springs, the final first-round matchup of the Titan Classic. Jordan, it's been a great day 1. You've had a couple of great games. Ed Memorial just won big over Epic, and that's who awaits the winner here as we wrap up the first day of the Titan Classic.
That's right. That game went as expected. That is an 8 seed versus a 1 seed. So nothing surprising there. Very close games at first between the 2 and 7. Of course, Carl Albert got shorthanded when Skylar Anderson got hurt, but Bishop McGinnis played him well regardless. And Westmore, Putnam City, well, you saw a lot of that game. That was pretty back and forth, really close.
Yeah.
So this is the 4 versus 5 game, Josh, here. 4 seed versus 5 seed. Doesn't mean we'll get a close game, but, you know, these teams could be pretty evenly matched. Del City struggled against some of the 6A teams from the East this year, but they got Sasha Hunt back. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and hit the starters.
Yeah, absolutely. The starting lineups, which are presented by Dynamic Health Clinic. Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Kaufman specializes in athletic injuries and is able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better, recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic. First for the Del City Lady Eagles, number 0 is Malia Purifoy. Number 3 is Sasha Hunt, the aforementioned Sasha Hunt. Number 22 is Ariana Brinson. Number 23, Courtney McCarroll. And number 24 is Shelby Thornton. Head coach is Mariah White for the Del City Lady Eagles. For Sand Springs, which will be the road team today here. Obviously just a neutral site game, so road team in paper only. Number 1 is Hope Bump. Number 2 is Corey Wilson. Number 3, Tayana Morris. Number 13, Aaliyah Simone. And number 21 is Tiana Butler, a freshman, rounding out the starting 5. And they are coached by Joshua Berry for the Lady Sandites, which will be, like I said, the road team in the road black with the yellow/gold Sandites in numbers. And Del City in the home whites with the black cursive Del City and numbers across the chest. 4th game of 4 on this first day of the Titan Classic. A girls-only event this year, so this will wrap it up day 1. We'll have the entire event for you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Been a great first day so far, and we're hoping to finish it off with another good one here with Del City and Sand Springs. Winner here moves on to take on Edmond Memorial tomorrow afternoon. Tip is won by the Sandites, and a quick race down the floor and a wild shot for Simone doesn't fall. So first possession is empty, and Del City gets it back. As we get going here, they're going left to right from our vantage point here, just above the court at Titan Fieldhouse. Got a whistle and a foul. An early one going to go against the Sandites.
They're going to call for the Sandites bump on a bump there. And I don't think that's a good foul. You don't need to be going for a steal that far away when Thornton has it.
In the corner, this is Hunt, and her pass underneath deflected and stolen. So start the break for the Sandites here. Good ball movement leads to Morris, who takes it right to the rim, and her shot will go. So we're only 30 seconds in. I've never seen Sand Springs before, but quickly they want to play with some pace. They have flown down the court in their first couple possessions here.
Well, that's why Del City lost their last the last game we had in the Oklahoma Sports Network to Lawton MacArthur. They couldn't handle the press towards the end. How they play with Sasha Hunt back is going to be very interesting. Number 3, as her first game back was Saturday. They had a game on Saturday this past week. And once they get her integrated, they could become a very dangerous team in 5A.
Corey Wilson gives it up to Aaliyah Simone. Right-hand floater, a little too much on it for Morris. Got that first bucket. Rebound pulled in by the 6'2" Shelby Thornton. And the Eagles have it back. Open 3 in the corner here. Comes up short for Bryson. We got a whistle here. Is this a foul, Jordan, or did they just call this out of bounds?
Keep hearing the same white, but yeah, I think it's out of bounds.
Called out of bounds, yep. So goes back over to the Sandites. Del City still going for their first point. 6:48 to go here in the first quarter. Final first round game of the Titan Classic. Feeds it off. This is Bump, who fed it over to Wilson, who's got it now. Right side to Simone. Bounce pass to Bump. Right about the free throw line. Working on Thornton. Nice spin move. Left-hand shot won't roll home. And we got a whistle and a foul here. That was a nice move by the junior Hope Bump. And she'll go to the free throw line now.
You know, I've been seeing these late whistles, though it sometimes does seem the ref waits to see if the shot goes in or not before they call a foul. It's not a terrible call, though. I do think there was contact with Thornton, who wasn't completely vertical on that play. And that's always something to watch out for, is Shelby Thornton's foul troubles, because she is irreplaceable for Del City.
She's got an early one as Bump splits the trip. And it's an early 3-0 lead for the Sandites. This ball's knocked out of bounds, and the official initially pointed that it was Sand Springs ball, but then corrected herself.
So now Del City inbounder Sasha Hunt she can't move along the baseline.
Thornton gets off the inbound, gets it right back to Hunt, who's getting pressed here and has it poked away. It's still rolling. It ends up all the way back down at this end, but pulled in by the Sandites as Morris ends up with it. Feed pass, open three ball for Butler. Too much on the three ball. And we got another whistle and a foul. So officials calling this one a little tight here early. That's going to be the third foul, not even 2 minutes in, against Del City.
It's going to be on the freshman Bryson.
Rocket pass into Bump on her shot. I was going to say a block, but they're going to say that Thornton came over a little too late. And that's two quick ones. So you were just talking about the foul trouble. Looks like they're actually not going to charge Thornton. I take that back. Looks like they're going to.
It's got to be a Thornton.
Yeah.
No one else was nearby, and there's not a number two. We're looking at two on the scoreboard for those watching.
They put two on the board, but yeah, there is no number two for Del City.
We're still not seeing it on there, but Coach White hasn't gone to her bench yet. What's interesting is you take Thornton off the lane for free throws, which is unusual. Although Purifoy got the rebound, and she got bumped.
Another split trip, so it's 4-0, and then, yeah, like you said, another foul here. So a lot of contact, and officials, like I said, calling it a little tight early. So the first foul quickly against Simone.
So Hunt's got to make better decisions when she gets the ball back. She's about to. Better spot there, but she cannot try to split defenders. That's what she had tried to do. She went where there was no space last time, and that was a turnover on Del City. There, though, she gets bumped. There is a number two for Sand Springs, and she'll get called for the foul, that being Wilson.
Wilson, yep. So she gets dinged for one there.
A lot of fouls early.
A lot. That's their third. So Sand Springs is in the bonus for the, for the final 5:56. Del City's got 4 fouls, so obviously next one puts them in the bonus. And then meanwhile, they only have one more to give themselves. So we're going to have a lot of free throws in this first quarter. Scoop layup attempt here won't fall for McCarroll.
It's going to foul on the floor.
And another foul. So both teams are going to be in the bonus with 5:49 to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, they had Del City with one extra foul, but they're still at 4.
Yeah, right.
And we're going to see a small lineup for Del City, a very guard-heavy lineup, as Raina Lewis, probably their second-best ball handler besides Sasha Hunt, is in, replacing Thornton.
5'4" sophomore Lewis, like you said, checking in for Thornton. Meanwhile, Purifoy had her dribble knocked loose, forced another turnover. Sandite try to get the break going. Good hustle back to slow things down. Pass deflected. Well done there by McCarroll. Ends up in the hands of the Eagles. Start the break.
Nice
back to McCarroll for a great feed from Hunt, but she couldn't finish it. Good hustle back defense by the Sandites to make that more difficult. Pull-up jumper for Wilson. That'll go. And a good start for the Eastside team as they lead at 6-0. 5:17 to go in the first.
Second tough for Del City. Courtney McCarroll is having trouble finishing around the basket. Usually she's really good at doing that or drawing fouls. And the Eagles, they have to take advantage of those opportunities.
Here's Hunt firing a deep three, almost banked it home. Rebound comes out and is pulled in by Bryson. Gets over to Purifoy, so second chance opportunity here for Del City. Deflected, gets it back out. Purifoy, long pass to Lewis on the right side. She'll drive down the baseline. A nice up and under move, banks home the shot, and Del City is on the board, 6-2. quickly back to the way for the Sandites. That shot will not quite roll home. We're getting her own miss. Put-back attempt, no, is Morris. And so Tayana Morris, the senior guard for the Sandites, will head to the free throw line as she got her own miss and drew the foul.
Sand Springs, of course, is the only team this year to beat Edmond Memorial. We saw how good they are.
Yeah.
They were supposed to actually play 2 days ago, and that game got canceled because of weather, which I'm still surprised by. I didn't think, not in my opinion, no game should have been canceled Tuesday evening. But, that's me because I saw Carl Albert make the trip to Altus and watch that game on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Yeah.
So what's everyone else's excuse?
It feels like it's just, if schools cancel, it's just almost automatic. But
it's not supposed to be for high school sports.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't be, but it feels like that's how it is a lot of times.
That's right.
Split the trip, 7-2, and I got to travel here. So early on, Sand Springs is keeping Del City very uncomfortable on offense. They haven't been able to really just have any space to maneuver.
Well, if you're watching Del City, Bryson can be a bit iffy with the ball sometimes because she's only a freshman. So if you apply a lot of pressure to her, that's key, is how she's going to handle it. And she got a little razzled with that trap.
4:12 to play in the first quarter. Sand Springs leads at 7-2 in this first round matchup of the Titan Classic. Winner gets Edmond Memorial tomorrow in the semis. Nice ball movement leads to a nice floater bank shot in for Tasia Butler just into the game for the Sandites, and it's 9-2. Bounce pass over, ends up in the hands of Lewis for three. Clackums. Boy, a Bobby Lewis three ball for Raina Lewis that Del City needed. Surprisingly great rates with two locations to serve you in Choctaw and Del City. That Bobby Lewis three ball for Lewis makes it 9-5 in our 30-second timeout here. That's a big shot, Jordan. They had no offensive flow before that. All of a sudden it feels like you get a little bit of life.
Yeah, I want to recognize our first quarter sponsor, Casa Juanita. They're in Del City.
Casa Juanita, quick service restaurant. Thank you for reminding me. First quarter sponsor, offering fresh and flavorful fiesta meals in Del City. So it's their hometown squad right here. Since 1976, located at 4718 Southeast 29th Street in Del City. Casa Juanita, our first quarter sponsor.
And I want to also mention, we're not going to have a clock for this game or the games we didn't have earlier today, but we should have something in store for the broadcasts for tomorrow and Saturday.
A miscommunication here results in a turnover as it looked like Butler and Simone were just not on the same page there.
Well, we're seeing Sasha Hunt and Raina Lewis actually more so this game. She's come off the bench and played real well. I think she has all 5 of Del City's points. Those are they can create off the dribble like that.
That's
they can do that a lot.
Pass, but Purefoy couldn't finish it. Got her own miss though, and then she's hit and foul. That was a great feed to Purefoy, who then couldn't quite finish it off, but she does get fouled and will go to the line.
Well, I've missed seeing number 3 Sasha Hunt play. He was on this floor, Josh, against Duncan in an elimination game for the first round of the playoffs, that she had 31 points and just made so many good shots. And then our first 2 broadcasts this year, Del City against Midwest City. Whoa, the bank is open.
Banked home the free throw.
Yeah, Del City and Lawton MacArthur, she wasn't playing in those games. She wasn't available yet. It's good to see her back out there.
Shot won't go for the Sandites. Knocked out of bounds. Back over to the Eagles. So Del City with some momentum here. They went down 9-2, but Hunt hit that 3, and now you just kind of feel like momentum kind of swinging back to their side a little bit here. A chance to tie or take the lead.
Well, there are 3 sophomore guards. McCarroll, if you call her a guard, but she's kind of a forward and a guard. Lewis and Hunt. Those 3 can beat any press.
Here's McCarroll.
Good hesitation.
Yeah, nice move to the rim. Can't finish it. Got her own miss again, though. And then goes up for another try, but she gets tied up by Butler reaching in, and the arrow will keep it at this end with the Eagles. Exactly 3 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Oh, McCarroll's got to finish.
That was a great move to get there. Lewis inbounds it. Finds Smithers, who just checked in. Mackenzie Smithers, number 15, is a 5'7" sophomore. She got the ball here, puts it on the floor, takes to the rim, left-hand shot, rolls home.
Nice.
The touch. 7-0 run for Del City, and we're tied up 9 apiece.
It's what you got to do against a defense in Sand Springs that's so aggressive. You have to go at them.
Nice move here to the rim. Can't quite finish it, though, for Simone. And now the Eagles got a chance to get the lead. They're down 9-2 just a second ago, it feels like. Pull up, long 2 for Hunt. Back iron, can't quite roll home. So a missed opportunity there. Butler the board, and the Sandites have it going back the other way. Pass ahead. Simone on the block. Almost traveled. Did a good job just to get rid of that. Nowhere really to go. Butler bounce pass underneath a bump. Working on Hunt. That was just good defense. Hunt got in there and poked that loose. Disrupted that shot.
Well, you can see Hunt gives up a lot of size to bump.
Yeah.
And Sand Springs will continue to have some size in there. But what do you have to do in that situation if you're smaller? Anytime the offensive player brings the ball down to your level, get a hand on it. And Sasha Hunt did that and saved maybe an easy 2 points there.
Yeah, bump 5'9" Hunt. Listed just 5'3". That's a
if
big.
that. I don't know if she's 5'3".
Yeah, that's a big difference down near the basket. Did a good job break that up. As we hit the 2-minute mark to play here in the first quarter. Good start to this one. 9 apiece. Sand Springs, Del City. This is Wilson with the basketball for the Sandites. Nice move, right-hand shot. Try to bank it home. Didn't get it to fall, and rebound is knocked out of bounds. Last touch there by Tiana Butler. Got 2 Butlers in the game, by the way. Number 12 is Tasia Butler for Sand Springs. She's a junior, and Tiana Butler is a senior. Sorry, the other end of the spectrum, a freshman.
And Thornton back in with 2 fouls, so she's got to be really smart here.
Nice ball movement here.
It's going to be free throws.
That's going to be a bump and a foul on, I think that was Tiana Butler, 21, coming over a little late there. So, yeah, free throws on the way as that's actually the 6th team foul. That's the 2nd on Butler now.
Not a good foul because Butler has a size advantage inside against Smithers. So you don't give Smithers free throws in that situation. And see what happens.
First free throw kind of wedges home. Friendly roll there. So
Del
Thornton
City's had a
come
couple
right
of those.
back out, and Purefoy replace her. And Del City's got their first lead at 10-9.
First 2 or 3 minutes of this quarter, Josh, I thought this could get ugly for Del City. Not only was Sand Springs winning on the scoreboard, but Thornton was in foul trouble. Now look at the score.
Yep. Been on an extended run here, and they got their own rebound there off the miss. Hunt, right-hand shot won't go. Rebound fought for by Purefoy. It ends up being ran down, though, by Tasia Butler, but then a turnover. Hunt scoops it over to Lewis. Lewis on the block. I'll have to wait for some help. And Sand Springs, good job to get back and kind of kill that little mini break, but Del City can set up. Hunt, nice pass over to Purefoy, but she mishandles it, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover.
Yeah, we're seeing just a couple players, including Purefoy. She's not been ready for being open underneath the basket. You just got to have your hands ready, especially with Sasha Hunt. She's made some unbelievable passes, but I don't know if she has an assist yet. And they got that defensive breakdown.
Yep, just into the game. That's Patience Pierce, a senior, 5'10", just checked in and then was all alone in the paint there. Good feed over to her, easy lane, and Sand Springs is back ahead by a point. Smithers. And now Pierce gets her hand on that pass. So Patience Pierce, senior off the bench, coming in and making an impact.
Well, Del City should have someone there, and I think Purefoy, it's probably good she's getting a rest right now. She's been a little out of it this game. They took Thornton out. They had Thornton in and quickly took Thornton back out for Del City. And had she been there, had she been still in the game, she would have gotten inside the paint right away. And that would have taken that shot away potentially.
This is an unforced error here. It's a bad pass. It's rained down and saved. Oh, but then Del City's going to catch a break as Simone had her foot touch the sideline. So as she was streaking down the court for an easy lay-in, it's a turnover back the way. So Del City catches a break after their mishap on the pass.
Some miscommunication with the Del City freshman Bryson. She was at the elbow, and then she went in, and I guess she was expected to stay out.
Final 40 seconds of the first quarter, but a good start to this one. 11-10, Sand Springs leads it. Del City has got the basketball. Here's Lewis. Right side to Hunt. She'll fire an open three. Clackums. Sasha Hunt drops it down. A Bobby Lewis three-ball, and the Eagles are back ahead by a deuce, 13-11. Trying to get the lead right back here for the Sandites. Three-ball won't go for Morris. And now we got a tie-up on the rebound, which is going to keep it at this end with the Sandites. That's the best kind because you flip the arrow with 18 seconds, get it right back here, and if it doesn't get used again. Inbound to Morris. We'll see if they can tie it back up here, take the lead, and Morris takes it right to the rim, and the floater banks home. So we're back even with 10 seconds to play in the quarter. Del City's got time, certainly, to try and get another look. Smithers in the corner. McCarroll for three. Almost banked it home. Rebound is loose, and the quarter will come to an end. A lot of contact there at the end of the quarter, but the officials let him play. And that's going to end the first quarter. Fun start to this one. After one, Del City 13, Sand Springs 13. Second quarter on the way. Right back here, the Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
Welcome back to the Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray with you on a Thursday afternoon. Final game of 4 in the first round here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Del City and Sand Springs all knotted up after 1:13 apiece. As we start the second quarter, Eagles with the basketball. This is McCarroll taking it right to the rim, and a nice tough finish by Courtney McCarroll. Del City's back ahead by 2, 15-13.
Now that is vintage Courtney McCarroll. She loves going to her left, and even though you know it's coming, she's still good at it.
Very strong finish there. Sandites have got the ball back down by 2. They got off to a really fast start here for just tuning in. It was 9-2 right out of the gates, but Del City has kind of controlled things since then. As a wild shot here doesn't go for Pierce, and Eagles have the basketball back, leading by a bucket. Hunt down the floor, goes right by her defender. Almost lost
Are you
control
seeing
for a second.
what I like her so much? That three she made and then that finish.
It was so
They
out of
missed
control that it was in control for Hunt as they have their biggest lead now at 4, 17-13. Where do the Sandites go? They kind of a big possession here, trying to flip things. Step back jumper here won't roll home for Simone. And guess who? Hunt squeaking out that rebound, and the Eagles have it back going the other way once more. McCarroll, open three. Air ball short. It was right on line, but not nearly enough power.
Lewis almost made a great recovery there. I think I'd call it out on her, though.
Yeah, say out of bounds.
And then the thing is, Josh, last year Del City made real improvements starting at this tournament when they had a good comfort behind win on Saturday morning against Bishop McGinnis in the 7th place game. And they were a dangerous team. They beat Carl Albert, but they didn't have their full team. Raina Lewis was hurt at the end of the season. I'm like wondering, well, what could they have done with their full team? And this is one of the first games where we finally get to see it. And for them to play Sand Springs so well with Thornton on the bench shows you how dangerous of a team they can be.
Absolutely. 6:24 to play in the first half. Eagles ahead by 4. Bounce pass underneath. This is Bump working on McCarroll. Oh, that's a tough finish. McCarroll was right on her, but Hope Bump just punching that one home. Gets it back within a bucket at 17-15. Meanwhile, Hunt being hounded here by Simone. She's not a fan of that call.
Simone's a good defender, but Hunt is just, because he's short but so skilled, that's a tough combination to pressure. You're going to have a hard time pressuring her. If she was not as skilled because of her lack of height, you probably could actually eat her up, meaning she couldn't go anywhere. But she's too quick for it. So I would consider laying off her some if I'm Sand Springs. I know it's not your game, but that's maybe the type of adjustment you need to think about.
Thornton back in for Del City, by the way, just subbed back in the ball game as we're 2 minutes into the second quarter. This is Lewis with the basketball. Del City ahead by 2, trying to get to Thornton. Almost lost it, but gets it back. Take it right at her defender. Wild shot won't go. That was pretty good defense by Hope Bump. And the Sandites have it going back to the way. Right-hand floater off the backboard didn't fall. Turnaround shot for Tiana Butler doesn't go, but she's hit and fouled.
Third foul on her. Thornton, that's
there you go, yeah.
Been a big story, I think. I would say since she's gotten in foul trouble, there's been 3 or 4 Sand Spring baskets that she could have stopped if she was in the game. And the other problem is, she didn't, talking about Thornton, didn't put herself in position to rebound. She got too far underneath the basket when that shot went up. And then so she gave up an offensive rebound, and that leads to a foul. And now Sand Springs is within a point.
Friendly roll on the first free throw. It does fall. Second one also good. So Sand Springs a little 4-0 burst. And we're back even 17 apiece. Thornton does have to come out, of course, with those 3 fouls. Probably won't see her for a little while. Meanwhile, Simone out into the game for Sand Springs for the first time is a freshman, just 5'2", Cadence Young, number 35 in there, drawing the matchup on McCarroll at the moment. As we're tied up back at 17. Smithers on the wing. She'll take it down the lane. Left-hand floater banked home. That was a nice move and finish from Mackenzie Smithers. And the Eagles are back ahead by 2.
I think she's done this twice, if I'm not mistaken. I like how she uses the backboard when she attacks the basket, which is kind of a lost art.
Here's Young. She gives it up to Morris. Long 3 for Wilson. Not going to go. Rebound fought for by Bump, and she is bumped. And will be fouled as Purifoy getting a little too close on her.
Yeah, Purifoy really didn't have a chance to get good position because when the shot went up, Purifoy had to be closer to the middle of the lane. And then when she turned around to box out Bump had already gotten good position on her.
First foul on Purifoy. Meanwhile, McCarroll comes out. Back in for Del City comes Bryson. This ball's out of bounds. It goes over to Del City. We'll make sure we get our quarter sponsor in. Second quarter sponsor is Buffalo Wild Wings. 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City. Come to Buffalo Wild Wings to support your favorite Mid-Del winter sports team. Download the team card on your phone, show your waiter, and your team will get 10% of the proceeds. That, of course, includes these Del City Lady Eagles right here. Hunt shot comes up short. It'll go out of bounds and back over to the Sandites with 4:46 to play until halftime.
With this being Sasha Hunt's 3rd game back, I think as she gets more comfortable, she will be making that shot more frequently.
There's Bump on the block, and she's hitting foul again. Purifoy, Gardner a little too close. That seems to be a bit of a tough matchup right now for Purifoy as Bump draws 2 fouls on her back-to-back possessions.
Yeah, no, that's a foul. And it's going to be per second. And Purifoy is basically the backup to Thornton. She starts alongside Thornton, but she moves to the center position when Thornton comes out. So now she has to be very careful about that. But that's a foul you're okay with normally. It's some of the other fouls that Thornton's had that you got to try to avoid. But sometimes you go against a good post player like Bump, you're gonna get fouls when she's aggressive.
So Bump makes them both, and we're back tied again in 19 apiece. Not a lot of separation between these two teams. Sand Springs went on that run to start the game. Del City matched them, and then since then it's been pretty back and forth. Hunt on the wing, guarded by Young. Takes it right at her. Wild shot won't go. Rebound Purifoy. Now she's fouled. So returning the favor. Purifoy fouled Bump a couple times, and now the other way around will send Purifoy to the line shooting 2.
That's Purifoy's game. She wants to play around the basket. She's not a guard. I don't know what are they calling on the floor?
A bunch of players
I
came
don't
over the
agree
bench.
with that. I thought she got the ball and got fouled on the way up.
I was surprised as well. I kind of just assumed she was going to the line, but not giving her the shot. Second team foul on the Sandites, by the way. Del City has got 3. McCarroll with it. Left-hand pass over to Smithers. Smithers puts on the floor, drives her defender, tried to bounce it over to Purifoy, and just wide of the mark and a turnover.
Yeah, that pass had no chance. When you want to make that pass to someone open underneath, but you have to make sure you're passing in a spot they can catch it.
4:10 to play until halftime. Sand Springs got the ball back in a tie game. Tiana Butler, left side to Tiana Morris, excuse me. Long pass, almost like
you don't normally see that play in girls basketball.
Modified alley-oop type play. And now, what's the call here? Turnover looks like. I'm not sure
Purifoy
what.
traveled.
Oh, okay.
And she's not a guard, so she's got to be careful with the ball. That's why a guard needs to come get the ball. But that play by Sand Springs, that was pretty impressive. You'll see that in boys basketball with the right players that can get up there. You don't see that play often in girls basketball, but credit to Coach Barry for drawing that up.
On the floor is Wilson. Feeds off, long 3 for Bump at the top of the key. Clackums. Bobby Lewis 3-ball. Hope Bump dead on accurate right there, and the Sandites are back ahead by 3.
Well, she's had a tremendous game, this Bump.
Very good first half so far for the junior for the Sandites. Here's Hunt trying to match her. Back iron, no. Rebound and loose, ends up in the hands of Morris, and the Sandites have got it back, leading by 3. And Butler, she's never looked especially comfortable there. Mishandled it, ends up in the hands of McCarroll, takes it right to the rim and finishes.
You know what I like there? Purifoy knew what McCarroll wants to do in the attack left. She immediately got to the other side of the basket there, and that opened up space for McCarroll to finish with her left hand. So credit McCarroll for finishing, but Purifoy did a good job of spacing that play.
Final 3 minutes of the first half. Morris scoop with the left hand, doesn't go. Rebound Smithers. Eagles can get the lead back here with a bucket. McCarroll says, I'll do the whole thing myself. And she takes it right to the rim, draws the foul on Bump, and going back to the free throw line. Is that 2 or 3 on Bump? It's at least 2.
At least 2, yeah. She had a foul right away at this game. That's McCarroll's specialty. She is great at getting to the free throw line. We haven't seen that, though, this game.
That is the 3rd on Bump, by the way, so that's a big call.
That is a big call because she's provided so many points.
Mm-hmm. So she'll have to come out. Replacing her will be Tasia Butler. Meanwhile, Purifoy out. And into the game for the first time for Del City is Generica Thompson, 6'3" freshman, getting some action here in the Titan Classic. Meanwhile, McCarroll splits the trip, so we're tied back up 22 apiece.
You know, I've been meaning to change that on the roster. Thompson's not that tall. It was a typo.
Yeah, if I had just actually looked, clearly she's not 6'3", if you just look at her.
Typo on the Del City roster. I know, because you're watching the girls' game, you hear 6'3", you're like, really?
Yeah, that's a good point. I became victim of just reading the roster instead of using my eyeballs. Shot here doesn't go. Rebound will go out of bounds and stay at this end. She's probably closer to 5'8", 5'7".
Yeah, they still like her potential, though. She's a good athlete. Only a freshman. Del City's got some good freshmen and sophomores, and Thornton's a junior, so they could be dynamite next year. But they got to make big strides this year.
Inbound to Butler, who fires away. That won't go. Rebound is loose and picked up by Smithers. Start the break here for the Eagles, trying to get the lead back. This is Bryson. Ends up in the hands of Lewis now. Guarded by Wilson. She'll take it right at her. Now backs it out. And we're going to call it travel as Bryson kind of shuffled the feet a little bit there.
Rough game for the freshman, Bryson. But I know that Coach White really believes in her, so she sticks with her. She's going to play important on-the-ball defense here.
Here in the 2-minute mark to play here in the first half. Still tied, 22 apiece, not anymore. Step back 2 for Corey Wilson puts the Sandites back ahead, 24-22.
Probably Sandite's best guard. She can hit some mid-range shots.
Pass almost errant there for a turnover, but ran down and saved by Lewis. And now she'll take it. Right-hand floater, try to bank it home. No. Rebound, though, ran down by Thompson. Buys him a second chance. Hunt and Young, which has got to be one of the smaller matchups you'll ever see. Open 3 for Smithers for the lead. Back iron, no. Comes back out right to her. And then she's rejected by Butler. And the tie-up arrow will give it back over to Sand Springs. I'll tell you what.
That's the way you go vertical there.
Tiana Butler,
yeah,
freshman here, 6 foot even, has some nice intangibles. Just a freshman for the Sandites, but the way she moves, she's fired up some threes in this game. She looks very comfortable with her height.
Yeah, I mean, Sand Springs doesn't have a lot of size otherwise with Bump with foul trouble, so that she just did what you wanted her to do.
So the first quarter, both teams got to the bonus really quickly. Meanwhile, with 1:13 to play until halftime, both teams still have a foul to give. Bit of a different style of play in the second quarter. Another step back 2, same spot as before. This one won't go, but a mishandle on the rebound. End up in the hands of Butler, but then she couldn't finish it. Eagles have it back. Lewis had to Purifoy, and the pass too tall, and a turnover.
You know, the Eagles have had a lot of passes towards Purifoy that just haven't been completed, and it's not all her fault. In that case, the pass was just too high. But they have to figure out how can we get the ball right to her. We need to throw some better passes in this case.
45 seconds to play until halftime. Sandites still ahead by 2. Here's Tasia Butler with it. Left-hand dribble, feeds it off to Morris. Gets out to the other Butler, Tiana. She'll take it down the baseline. Shot won't go, but a whistle and a foul. And so it'll be some free throws coming.
This is back to what I said earlier this game. It just seems like the refs will wait to see if that shot goes in.
Yeah, a little late on that one. Foul's called on Purifoy. That's her first.
I couldn't tell if it was a foul or not, so I'm sure the refs obviously had a better view. probably enough contact. It's like, when they say football is holding every play. Basketball, you could probably find all kinds of reasons to call fouls. But now that Sand Springs is back to, 1-score game, 2-score game, depending on how you look at 3 points. It's a very important possession for Del City to end this half with 30 seconds to go.
So Butler makes them both, and the lead back out to 4 points, 26-22 as we hit the final 30 seconds of the first half. McCarroll bringing it down the floor. Oh, she loses her feet. That's going to be a travel. So a big turnover there. Sandites have it back.
Yeah, Sand Springs was winning with a run and jump defense, and part of making that successful, you got to take away the sideline, and Kari Wilson did that. Really good defense on her part. And now they're going to go big.
Yeah.
Sand Springs is going to finish with a big lineup here.
Yeah, you got Pierce back in along with Jordan Gilton into the game for the first time, a sophomore in for the Sandites. 15 seconds. We'll see if they help for the final shot or not. Certainly can.
5
They're going to call a
seconds.
5-second call. Wow. So a turnover there. Del City now gets a chance.
I got to give credit to the freshman there, Bryson. Been a little critical of her, but she played the defense that earned that 5 count. And now Sand Springs will not run and jump. They may extend their defense once Hunt crosses the line.
10 seconds as gets up to Lewis in the corner. Bryson back to Lewis. 5 seconds. Back Lewis. Jab step once. Now she'll take it to the rim. Got time, and we had a whistle and a foul with 1.2.
And that's when
clock.
you wish you had drawn some fouls earlier. That's where you'd love to shoot 2, but
And they're going to give her the shot.
they're going to give her the
this one.
shot tip.
Okay. Okay.
That kind of makes up. There was a shot by Purefoy where she got fouled. They didn't give her.
Yeah, that one I didn't
Next
think they
shooting.
were going to give her the shot on. But they do, and so Lewis gets 2 free throws because you're right. Otherwise, it would have been a really smart play by Sand Springs. Go ahead and foul
Yes, I
with
agree.
a second left. But instead, she gets the shots, and she hits the first one. So barring something crazy, this will be a 1-score game at the half. Misses the second one. Rebound is loose, and that will end the first half. So a very entertaining first half of action. It was tied up after 1, and at the break, the Sandites have a 3-point lead. So for first 16 minutes, we'll step aside for a few minutes here, and we'll rejoin you shortly for the second half. You're watching the 2024 Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
You want to start?
I want to start a car mechanic shop.
Let's say we go to Scissor Tip.
Ready to go get some coffee?
Yeah, let's go.
You got it.
I think she was from
One,
Rose State.
2, 3.
Woohoo!
Congratulations, Rose State college graduates.
Red Plains Plumbing has been offering reliable commercial and residential services to the OKC metro area for over a decade. From new construction and remodeling to residential repair, they can handle jobs of all sizes. When you need a trusted name in plumbing, it's Red Plains Plumbing. Family owned and operated. Phone 405-769-1922. That's 405-769-1922.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Where sports is our middle name. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
All right, back here at Carl Albert Fieldhouse in the 2024 Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray on a Thursday afternoon, wrapping up day one, fourth game of 4 on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Been a great first day. We got a great second half set up here. Del City and Sand Springs, 26-23 Sandites lead as we open up the third quarter.
By the way, it's not on the, it wasn't on camera, but you could see the Del City coaches imploring Shelby Thornton, go vertical, have your hands straight up so you can avoid fouling.
Yeah, she's back in the game to start this second half with the 3 fouls. Also of note, Hope Bump for Sand Springs in this game to open the second half with 3 fouls. Certainly something to keep an eye on as we move into the second half here in this very competitive game.
Ooh.
And there you go. Bump just stood there while Thornton went right by her. Couldn't really be too aggressive with the 3 fouls. So Thornton gets a bucket. Eagles within 1.
Loved how she just split the defense there.
Yeah, that was nice. Sandites have it back. This is Simone with it. Nice feed to Butler, who hits the easy lane. That was a good pass by Aaliyah Simone to Tiana Butler. That's freshman to freshman there.
It's a good set play that created an open shot.
28-25, Hunt bounce pass to Purifoy. Boy, these teams look crisp coming out of the locker room. Some good offense early, and the Eagles are back within 1.
Yeah, I think Del City's gotten more and more comfortable with the press, especially when they have the ball in Sasha Hunt's hands.
Here's Wilson going down the baseline, and Purifoy bumped her in a foul. Gets a chance to thank our third quarter sponsor, which is Rose State College. Saving money on college is easy at Rose State. Concurrent enrollment allows students to earn up to 27 tuition-free hours of college credit while still in high school. Apply today at rose.edu/concurrent.
Purifoy couldn't believe the foul, but she did have her hand on that Sand Springs player. We got a 5 count on Sand Springs.
Wow.
But that's why Purifoy's out right now. That's her third foul, and she couldn't believe it, but you have to be careful when you're guarding someone who's attacking the basket where your hands are.
So here come the Eagles, a chance to take the lead back once again in this very back-and-forth first-round matchup. The Titan Classic, and a bad foul here on Simone. A little over-aggressive, going for that pass, bumped Lewis, and that's the third now on Simone. So you got a bunch of players in some foul trouble right now.
Yeah, you know, but Purifoy's being replaced by Raina Lewis, and that is probably a better lineup for Del City on offense, because Raina Lewis is right there with Sasha Hunt as a ball handler and a creator. So they have their best guards out there right now as Del City.
Here is Lewis guarded by Simone, who has those 3 fouls.
And he was still reaching.
Yeah.
Got away with one.
I was just thinking that was close, still fourth.
Some players just will not change how they play when they're in foul trouble. And you kind of respect it, and you kind of like, what?
Pull up from the block, won't go. Rebound comes out, pulled in by Wilson. Start the break for the Sandites. Wilson to the rim, and McCarroll got a hand stuck in there.
Looked like McCarroll definitely fouled her, but
she was hoping for a tie-up, it looked like.
But again, if you're trying to avoid the foul, you need to go vertical or get your hand on that ball.
Just the first on McCarroll, so somebody not in foul trouble. And now Wilson will go to the line and shoot a pair here. Sand Springs leading at 28-27. First free throw's good. Gets the lead back out to 2. Again, the winner here moves to the semis, and we'll see Edmond Memorial tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And that game, like every game of the Titan Classic, can be watched right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Edmond Memorial, big winners over Epic in the third game of the day just before this one. Both free throws good, gets the lead back to 3, and then Simone poking that one loose, gets the fast break. Can't finish it, but she's hit and fouled, and more free throws come for the Sandites as Hunt racing back. Good hustling back, but committed the foul, and that's 3 quick ones on the Eagles here in the third quarter.
So the Sandites are doing a good job of playing the pass back, meaning you got the ball in the wing, you want to throw it back farther away from your basket as a safety pass, but Sand Springs kind of timing that now with a good steal by Simone, and only a freshman, so she's showing some really smart instincts though on defense.
Hits them both, and just like that, the Sandites lead back out to 5. They've led by as much as 7 in this game. That was right at the beginning when it was 9-2. But kind of getting a little more cushion once more here. We'll see how Del City answers. Lewis with the basketball. Nice feed to McCarroll. Oh, what a block by Butler. And it goes out of bounds off the Eagles. Sheesh.
You know, that is an impressive play because that McCarroll is looking for a foul there. She's trying to draw contact, and Butler got both hands on the ball but avoided the body contact. That is pretty impressive.
Some impressive freshmen on this Sand Springs team. Tiana Butler, certainly one of them. That pass goes out of bounds. McCarroll disrupted and goes off the fingertips of Simone. So some good defense there to get a turnover.
That's what Del City has to do. They need to start thinking we got to get going with our defense. We got to get some of those steals.
Hunt's got it in the backcourt. She'll bring it up for the Eagles. Nice behind-the-back dribble. Long pass head to Lewis. And Lewis being hounded by Simone, who plays, like we said, very aggressive defense. Smithers bounce pass to Thornton. Thornton backing out her defender. Turn on shot won't go. Butler might have got a piece of that. Got her own miss, though. Spin move, puts it home.
Butler's a good defender, but you can only get the hand on the ball so many times when Thornton has the ball.
That shot won't go here in the corner for Simone. Thornton ripping down the board. Tell you what, so far in this second half, Shelby Thornton been a big part of what Del City's trying to do.
That was a really good rebound. Oh, but she's got to catch that. If she caught that, she would have had a layup.
Yeah, right on cue. Had it poked loose. Start the break for the Sandites. Butler threw right off the leg of Morris. And then had a good look there. Couldn't finish it. Almost got a putback and couldn't finish that one quite either. So a big opportunity missed there for Sand Springs. They had the numbers but couldn't finish. Back to the way. Hunt, great feed to Thornton who puts it in.
That's a really good bounce pass by Hunt. She knows where to drop that ball when Thornton's the one waiting for it there. So those two have good chemistry. We saw that last year.
3 ball the other way, doesn't go, but Bump just ripped it away from Thornton and laid it in. Hope Bump came out of nowhere. Thornton had no clue she was even there. Ripped it loose and then got the easy lay-in. That kills a little bit of momentum. Del City got 4 quick points and seemingly a stop there. But Bump comes up with a big play and a big lay-in to put the Sandites back ahead by 3.
So
30-second timeout here.
30-second timeout by Sand Springs. So Coach Barry's his team gets the points there, but he's definitely calling this timeout because he wants something different from him on defense, you would think. So we'll see what that is. They were applying a lot of pressure. They were getting some steals a little bit earlier in this quarter. And then in a couple possessions, Del City, as you expect, kind of acclimates to it. So we'll see if they keep changing things up.
Last game of the day here with the Sandites and the Eagles. The schedule tomorrow is almost set. We know that the day will begin with Bishop McGuinness and Putnam City at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And then Epic will be at 12:30 awaiting the loser here in the consolation semifinals. We'll have the full schedule for you, obviously, at the end of this ball game. Every game of the entire tournament will be available on OSN. Del City's got it back down by 3 as we hit 4:15 to play in the third. Hunt underneath to Thornton. Turnaround shot won't go, but she draws the foul, and Shelby Thornton is a lot to handle right now for Sand Springs on defense.
Interesting, the sub. Fortunately, a fortunate sub for Sand Springs. They brought in Patience Pierce to replace Bump. That might have been Bump's foul if they had made that sub off the timeout. And Bump obviously is in foul trouble.
Thornton missed a shot on the first foul, and Pierce comes out. It was only her first foul, but she comes right out. Jordan Gilton replaces her, number 30. Second team foul on Sand Springs, by the way. Thornton splits the trip, so it's a 2-point game, 34-32 as we near the midway point of the third quarter. This is Tasia Butler, gives it up to Morris.
You hear Del City assistant coaches yelling for the lob play.
Oh, look at Hunt breaking this pass loose. Got the fast break. Hunt all the way to the rim. Can't finish. Good hustle back fence by Wilson. Just disrupted that enough to get the stop. Now pull up long 2. Back iron no for Morris. Thornton saves it, threw it off the leg there. That's a heady play by Thornton. Just threw it off of Morris, who was basically already completely out of bounds. That was a smart play.
Well, I was trying to say before Hunt got that steal is, you know, that lob play that Sand Springs ran in the first half. They tried to do it again, and the Del City assistant coaches, you can hear were yelling for that lob play, and Del City got a good defensive possession there.
So Eagles have it back, still down 2. They continue to feed Thornton. Kicks out to Hunt. Hunt right-hand floater won't go. Rebound is loose, ends up in the hands of Wilson. So another missed chance for the Eagles. And Sand Springs has got it back, still ahead by 2. Wilson to the elbow. Now she'll back it out. A little stutter and will go. Tried to bank it home. No. Rebound, though, for Gilton. And she's blocked by Thornton. Just devoured that shot. And now a fast break for the Eagles. Lewis to the rim. Left-hand layup is good, and we're tied back up 34 each.
You see what difference Thornton makes.
Yep.
She can lead fast breaks on the other end just by standing tall.
If you're Sand Springs, you're saying get that 4th foul on Thornton because she has been a nightmare to deal with in this third quarter on both ends. 2:38 to go in the third. Wilson pass stolen by McCarroll. And the pass ahead to the front court to Lewis. She's going to take it to the rim and try and put him in the lead. And a foul committed by Morris racing back. And now it'll be Lorena Lewis at the line with a chance to put Del City back in front.
Yeah, McCarroll's pass, she was trying to lead Lewis. Her pass was a bit underthrown. Had she thrown it farther ahead, Lewis had a better chance at finishing that play. But it is a foul on Sand Springs. It's their 3rd team foul. It won't matter so much if she can make these, but she missed the first.
First one no good. Like you said, 13 foul. They both have 3, so 1 to give on each side. Meanwhile, here comes Hope Bump back into the game for the Sandites, replacing Tiana Butler. So Bump back in with her 3 fouls. Obviously, Thornton's been in there this entire third quarter with her 3 fouls. Lewis makes the second one, so the Eagles are back ahead by 1 in this very topsy-turvy, streaky back-and-forth game at the Titan Classic. Wilson has it, goes right down the lane. They're
You
going
hear
to
double
count that, and they're
whistles,
gonna travel
that's
it.
a turnover usually. When you're 2 whistles like that, a travel often comes with it.
Looked a little clunky.
Yeah, I thought Thornton may have been about to be called for a foul too.
Big bullet dodge if that's the case for Del City, as they have it back up by 1. Here's Lewis in the corner. Smithers for 3, comes up short. Got her own miss. She read it all the way. Put back attempt, won't roll home. There's Thornton again. That putback won't go. A little bit of contact there, and now an unforced error and a turnover by Sand Springs as the pass just goes off the hands of Wilson. And got a timeout with 1:57 to play in the third.
Thornton's got to wait. She doesn't have to put that follow-up up so quickly. Anyway.
There's a full timeout, so we're going to take it to 1:57 to play in the third. This one's getting good. Del City ahead by 1 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Where sports is our middle name. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
call Rob and Will.
All right, back to the Titan Classic. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Got a great one here. 35-34, Del City leading Sand Springs in this first round game. We got 1:57 to play in the third quarter.
Saw Coach White give some extra instructions to Thornton on the marker board, so we'll see what type of play that leads to.
Hunt inbounds it to Raina Lewis. Del City ahead by 1, and they have the basketball. Almost had her pocket pick, but she's able to get it back. Bounce past to Hunt. Bump Gardner close. That one poked loose, but Hunt gets it back again. McCarroll in the corner. Feeds to the top. Lewis. She'll go ahead and fire away from 3. Front of the rim, no good. Is that going to go over the back on Thornton? Yeah.
Well, when you are in foul trouble and you're boxed out like that, you don't have to go for the offensive rebound. Offensive rebounds are a luxury.
Right.
Defensive rebounds are a necessity. Offensive rebounds are a luxury there. And if you're well boxed out, you just have to be under better control. But now Del City will respond to taking Thornton out with a full court press.
So, yeah, 4 now on Thornton. Certainly be done until the fourth quarter at least. That's also the 4th foul on Del City, so any other fouls from now on will be free throws in the rest of this quarter. Here's Bump taken to the rim. Tough shot, and is that a travel or an offensive foul?
It's a travel. Good job by, I didn't see the defender was there for Del City. Was that? I think that was Smithers.
That was well done. Yeah.
That's so important right now because Del City's really small at the moment. So how they defend the paint with a small lineup will be very important.
1:13 to play in the third. Del City still clinging to a 1-point lead, and McCarroll had it poked away. Scooped up by Wilson. Now a lot of contact, and here you go. Bonus time for Sand Springs. So this is going to be free throws back at the other end for the Sandites. I assume Wilson will be the one shooting these. Smithers out of the game for Del City. It looks like Purifoy in to replace her.
Yeah, that could be.
They can't do it just yet. They have to wait for the first free throw.
That could be the great equalizer, is turnovers. Both teams at times have had problems with it. Both teams have taken advantage of it.
So 2 foul shots here for Wilson. Can tie it with 1. Can put him in the lead if she hits them both. And first one goes down. Meanwhile, a couple freshmen back in for the Sandites. Tiana Butler, number 21. Aaliyah Simone, number 13. Now, like I said, Smithers out in favor of Purifoy for Del City. Second free throw rolls off. So we remain tied, but Sandites get a second crack after this. She'll go ahead and fire from 3. Back iron, no. Flying in for the board is Bump.
And she thinks she walked
And
again.
she traveled,
Or
yeah.
double dribble.
Double dribble, yeah.
Anyway,
Both
it's a
hands.
double whistle. When I hear the double whistle like that, or it's usually several whistles.
Yeah, that was a bunch of whistles. Bump almost came in for she came flying in for that board. Almost put it home for a big second chance bucket, but the turnover instead, and now you have whistles again here.
Foul on the floor on
Foul
Sand Springs.
Sandites. That's their fourth, though, so not going to be free throws just yet. Second personal against Tayana Morris.
Again, with no Thornton, you want a really good possession here.
Smithers back in, replacing Bryson, who was back in just briefly there. Lewis gets it into Hunt. Pass almost a little too tall. Poked out of bounds. Diving after it was Bump.
Boy, Bump, she will take chances, too. She's in foul trouble. She's trying to take the ball away from a smaller guard. She's a lot quicker than I gave her credit for. She's very active.
So another crack at this. Gets into Hunt. Hunt, bounce pass looking for McCarroll. Poked loose by Butler. Now players are diving on the floor. And we got a tie-up in the arrow. Favors Sand Springs. So again, just like they did at the end of the first quarter, getting a possession arrow right at the end of a quarter to get the ball and then flip it back your way, potentially, here in a few seconds.
Yeah, credit Tiani Butler. She had really good recovery defense there, preventing McCarroll from catching that pass.
Simone on the right wing over to Morris as we got 30 seconds to play in the quarter. We'll see how aggressive Sand Springs is here. Wilson takes it down the lane and puts it home. Nice finish there by Wilson, and the Sandites are back ahead by 2.
Saw she had Purefoy on her. Thought she could take her off the basket. She could.
Hunt lost the moment. Getting it back was Wilson. She takes the rim again and roll it home. Now lead by 4. Nice ball move here. Will this count?
Oh, my
I think
gosh.
it would have counted, but it doesn't fall. And so a strong close to the quarter for the Sandites. And at the end of 3, Sand Springs jumps back ahead by 4, 39-35. Fun finish to this one. We'll take a timeout, be back. Fourth quarter in the final game of day 1, the Titan Classic. Sand Springs by 4 on OSN.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Where sports is our middle name. We are the Oklahomas.
All right, back at Carl Albert Fieldhouse, the 2024 Titan Classic. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Been a great first day of action, and we're set for a great finish as we hit the fourth quarter. Sand Springs leads Del City 39-35 in this final first-round matchup of the Titan Classic. Eagles have the ball first, down by 4. It's a long 2 for Lewis, and she was hitting fouled on the jumper. And so free throws coming for Raina Lewis to try and get this back down to a 1-score game.
And that's going to be 4 fouls for Simone. And I think she was shocked that Lewis even attempted that.
Yeah.
Because she went inside the three-point arc and then immediately stopped instead of, usually keep going. If you're not going to shoot a 3, you get a little closer to the basket than just a couple feet. So it's a surprising place for her to shoot that, but it drew a foul.
Yeah, so
And
Lewis
important foul.
hits the first one to get it down to 3. Second one rolls off. So a split trip for Lewis. Does make it a 1-score game, though, 39-36. We just get started here in this fourth quarter. Here's Morris with it, gives it over to Simone, who's got those 4 fouls, like you said, after that hit on the jumper from Lewis. Long 2 here won't go. Rebound pulled in by Lewis. Start the break for the Eagles. Raina Lewis down the floor. Left-hand shot goes coast to coast and puts it in. Eagles within 1, 39-38. Simone in the corner. Open 3 for Hope. Bump Clackums. Hope Bump has been pretty quiet in this second half, but comes through with a big shot there to put Sand Springs back ahead by 4. And now forces a turnover, read it all the way. Bump ahead to Morris. Layup is good and the foul. What a sequence for the Sandites, who go from a 1-point lead to a 6 in the blink of an eye, and they got a free throw coming.
You know, Del City's just gotten too, I don't know what to think. They've just slowed down too much on offense, almost like they're too comfortable.
Make sure we get our fourth quarter sponsor in here before we get too crazy at Dynamic Health Clinic. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Kaufman specializes in athletic injuries and is able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better, recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic. Free throw's good, so the Sandites have time for their biggest lead of the night at 7, and they force another turnover. Bump, skip pass to Morris, won't go. Bump the rebound, put back, no. It's still loose. McCarroll got hit in the face, and now we got a tie up and a jump ball, and the arrow favors the Sandites. Boy, Sand Springs has come out with their hair on fire here in the last 45 seconds.
It's strange that they're calling the timeout. This is what Del City needs. They need the timeout, but Sand Springs is calling a 30. And for Del City, I mean, they have their best guards in, and they've completely lost their composure against this press. It has thrown them off. They have got to understand when a player and a teammate is open and when they're not. And they are making some really bad decisions right now in the press. And that was their undoing against Lawton MacArthur in their last district loss. Well, they didn't end the game with McCarroll. They also didn't have Sasha Hunt in that game. I thought with those two in combined with Raina Lewis that they could handle presses better. And so seeing this is a little surprising, but you got to give the Sandites credit. They're a good 6A team for a reason. They beat Eben Memorial earlier this year for a reason.
It's been an extremely streaky and topsy-turvy game. I mean, it's kind of the nature of basketball anyway, especially at this level. But this game has been especially so, where there's been 2 or 3 minute stretch where it looks like one team's going to just dominate the other one, and then it flips so quickly. Now you got a turnover off the inbound. Nice pass to McCarroll, who went over the shoulder like a wide receiver but couldn't finish it. And the Sandites dodge a bullet there, and they get the ball back, still ahead by 7.
And McCarroll not as comfortable finishing with her right hand.
Morris to the rim. Tough finish, won't go. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be back over to the Eagles again. Still got time for Del City. By the way, Thornton back in the game with 4 fouls. Kind of at that point, right? I mean, if you're Del City.
Yeah. It's make or break right now.
Yeah, right. Pass ahead to McCarroll. Gets across half court. Del City's got plenty of time, but do they have another push in them with 6:18 to go, down 7? Hunt in the corner to Lewis. Lewis right hand high floater, rims out, then back in. Big shot there for the Eagles, pulls them within 5. Sandites almost lose it, getting it back. A very high shot won't go for the young Cadence Young. Boy, when 5'2" Cadence Young is looking at 6'2" Shelby Thornton, that's a tall mountain to climb. Went for that high arcer, didn't go. Eagles have it back down 5. Hunt racing down the floor, goes all the way to the rim. Marcel, scoop layup won't go. Rebound Young. And the Sandites have it back, still clinging to a 5-point lead. 5:43 to go. Down the side here and getting bumped.
Should be on Smithers.
Yeah, that's a foul. You're right. I immediately was looking at
Not
who this
Thornton.
was going to be on because, yeah, Thornton was there, but I believe you're right. Yep, first on Smithers.
McCarroll will come out, and they need her back in if she can, if she can get in the right headspace there, because she can help this team a lot coming back.
Bryson replaces her for the moment. 5:40 to go. Inbound pass is stolen. Smithers got a hand on it, gets ahead to Thornton. Thornton versus Bump here. Nice move. Thornton couldn't finish it, though. Rebound into the hands of Bryson, and she's blocked. But Del City's able to save it. That was Butler again with a ferocious block, and now she is called for kind of being on the back of Thornton a little bit here, but it's a good foul. I mean, right?
Yeah.
Thornton was going to have an easy layup there.
Thornton had a chance at a layup just a moment earlier, but she wanted to get to the right side so bad that she wasn't in position to do that, so she ended up taking a very uncomfortable shot.
It's a third foul on Butler. Meanwhile, skying for that and deflecting it is Wilson into the backcourt. Easy lane. What an athletic play by Corey Wilson, the senior. for the Sandites. That's a huge bucket to put them back ahead by 7. Now she almost forces another turnover.
Yeah, I mean, she forces a jump ball.
Gets
Stay
a
with Del
tie-up,
City,
yeah.
but
you don't want to have to waste your arrow on something like that if you're Del City. Oh, boy, these are just ill-advised passes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough spot to make that pass.
Got another foul on Sand Springs, though. That's going to be the 3rd on Wilson now.
So you see McCarroll's rest is very short-lived.
Yeah. It's a 13 foul as well on Sand Springs. They have just one more to give the rest of the way here. Certainly something to keep an eye on in this close game as we hit the final 5 minutes to play at Carl Albert Fieldhouse in the Titan Classic. McCarroll had it poked away. Bump came flying in to break that up. Hope Bump's got really good anticipation. Had a few plays like that tonight. Young for 3. Big shot, Clackamas! Cadence Young, the freshman. And the Sandites got their biggest lead of the night at 10. McCarroll back the other way trying to put that home. Couldn't finish it. Sandites have it back, still leading by 10. 4:37 left. Bump to the rim. Wild shot. Won't roll home. Rebound. Butler put back. Yes. This freshman, Tiana Butler, can play. And the lead is 12. Long pass ahead to McCarroll. She'll try and take it to the rim. Had a hard time finishing. This one won't go either. Rebound pulled in by Morris. Sandites have blown this thing open right now by 12. And are looking to add. Layup attempt. That'll go. It's all falling right now for the Sandites. They lead it by 14. 54-40 and a timeout taken with 4:05 to go.
Well, when it rains, it pours, and it's pouring right now for Del City.
Just a lightning quick 9-0 run for Sand Springs. They went from 45-40 to 54-40. Just an avalanche. And this is a full timeout, so we'll go ahead and take it too. Sand Springs in command. Can Del City put together a big rally? Still got some time. Got a lot of work to do on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Where sports is our middle name. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
All righty, back at Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse in the Titan Classic. 4:05 to go. Sand Springs leads at 54-40. Jordan, this game was 45-40 2 seconds ago, it feels like. And
well, about a minute ago, it was a one-point game.
and
that's been the story.
Yeah, oh, what a save that was by Morris to run that down and get it back into Tiana Butler for the easy lay-in. Tell you what, this Sand Springs team has got a lot of really impressive athletes. They now lead it by 16. And this pressure defense, like you pointed out, has just given Del City some massive problems in this fourth quarter. Nice move there by Lewis to lay that home. Kind of faked out the defender, created a wide open lane to the rim. Gets them within 14. They have a big run in them, still 3.5 to go. And Young is hit and fouled. Be the third foul on the Eagles, so they still have one more to give.
Yeah, they just played at a different speed than Del City has, and there is no team in 5A, especially in Del City's district, with the exception of maybe Midwest City. But I don't even think Midwest City plays that type of full court defense. They'll play a lot of pressure. They'll make you make mistakes on defense, but not like that in the full court.
Boy, Thornton with a big rejection here on Bump. That was vicious. Stay at this end with the Sandites. 3:18 to go. Inbound pass goes to Bump. Thornton with a good contest again.
Good save.
And a nice save by Smithers, just barely getting that in before her foot went down. Every possession precious at this point for the Eagles. Nice pass into Thornton. She'll put it home. So a little 4-0 run here for Del City. Gets them within 12, 3 minutes to go.
Can Del City force turnovers? That's probably the only way they can come back. Well, they kind of
There you
did.
go. It's a travel.
Now you want live ball turnovers. You want to get steals as well, but they'll take that.
It can happen quickly. We just saw it happen the other way quickly. Can Del City recreate that? Get some quick buckets, and like you said, turnovers going to probably be a key piece of it if they're going to pull it off. 2:48 and counting to go. Hunt gets around her defender. She'll take it right to the rim. Shot is up, banked it home, and the foul. All right. 10-point game and a free throw coming.
See the replay there. This is a game of runs, like they say. It's just that Sand Springs run, especially that fourth quarter one, has been a lot bigger. That's why they have the lead right now. But Del City's just close enough that you got to still give them a chance. Now, what's going to be important is who can they use to foul? You don't want it to be one of their big four, that being Hunt, who's at the line right now, Lewis, McCarroll, and definitely not Thornton.
Got to make your free throws. That one's missed. Yep. Bump falls down, though, fighting for the ball. McCarroll goes diving after it. That was Bryson. What's the call here?
It's the only motion I thought I saw from the ref there.
They're saying it's still Sand Springs basketball also. Oh, no, they're saying this is out of bounds off of Sand Springs. Yeah, so okay. So it's going to be Del City ball. So the missed free throw worked out.
Yeah, it's the one time you might be okay with missing a free throw if it gives you another possession.
2:40 to go. Also, Del City's in the bonus the rest of the way as well. Keep that in mind. Lewis in the corner, gets underneath to Thornton, lost it, it's loose. And that's going to be a bump foul on Thornton, and that's going to put the end of her day.
That pass should not have been thrown. You have to make sure Thornton has good position first. And obviously Bump's going to use her strength to make it hard for her, so you have to make sure she has the good position. If not, you got to go a different direction with it.
So, fifth foul on Thornton. She fouls out. That's also the 14th foul, so both teams are now in the bonus the rest of the way here with 2.5 minutes to play. 56-46, Sand Springs leads. Simone gets across half court. Bounce pass underneath. As Morris had a wide open look there from in close, but couldn't finish it off. So an empty trip there for Sand Springs. Eagles have it back. Here's Hunt. Pull up two is blocked by Butler. Tiana Butler's been everywhere in this game.
Technical foul. Not sure who's on.
I'm not sure either. I'm still waiting for a Purefoy's clapping.
I thought Purefoy committed a foul. I don't know if that came. Well, I don't think they ever called that. I think it's on. They said it's on Black. It's on Sand Springs. That is shocking.
It's on Butler, I guess, because I saw 21. So.
Well, there must have been some combination of magic words she said.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, I've talked about this to you before. You commit a technical when you have the ball.
Yeah. Right.
So you're losing possession on top of giving a good free throw shooter free throws.
So Hunt's going to shoot two here. She already hit the first one, getting within single digits. Second one, no good. So some missed free throws here.
Yeah, that's been a problem throughout the game. Del City's rarely made 2 of 2. But if they can score here, Sand Springs had the ball in a 10-point lead, and that technical opens them up to Del City up to make it, a 7 or 9-point lead.
So a 16-point lead has been whittled down to 9 with a hair over 2 minutes to go. Still certainly some meat on the bone here with this one. And Lewis gets pressured. And they're going to say out of bounds, I guess. Dribbled it right on the sideline.
Yeah. And Del City's got to send more players as an option when they're getting trapped like that. They're not comfortable against a trap.
Final 2 minutes here from Carl Albert Fieldhouse. Been a fun one here in the first round of the Titan Classic. Nice shot here by Simone. Down the baseline. Got around her defender and put that home. That was well done. Lead back to 11. Hunt had it poked away from behind. Scooped up by Wilson. Sand Springs with active hands on defense. Oh, bump for 3. That won't go. Rebound skied for by Smithers. Only 90 seconds left. Del City's gotta go. They need points and they need them quick.
Probably
in the corner.
Shot that.
Hunt for 3.
That's a shot.
Sasha Hunt's 3 ball cuts it back down to 8 with 1:22 to go. So Del City just continuing to hang around here. They're just close enough that you can't quite feel comfortable if you're Sand Springs. Got another full timeout here with 1:22 to go. You want to go ahead and take a timeout?
No, we can keep it here. So it's all going to come down to what can Del City do on defense to, again, try to force a turnover. Sand Springs has shown no indication they want to stall yet either. They've still been aggressive in their half court. They haven't tried to milk it any quick. So you might use those two things to your advantage. And, you know, whether it's Sasha Hunt or Raina Lewis, you do like them shooting if they're open.
Right.
So those are some things you got going for you. But Sand Springs, just because they're ahead by 8 doesn't mean they're going to stop trapping either. And Del City has got to understand that if they get trapped, and you throw the ball to the middle of the floor, the best thing to do is to make a quick pass ahead again, a second pass. Trying to beat Sand Springs with just one pass gets them in trouble.
Yeah. See what happens here. Gonna be an interesting little finish. Sand Springs led it 56-40. Game felt, for all intents and purposes, over at that point. But Del City has battled back some big shots. Now another timeout.
Yeah, Coach Barry of Sand Springs wanted to see what type of defense Del City was going to set up.
Another 30-second timeout here.
So he's down to 2 timeouts. The Eagles have 1. Will Del City change a little bit of what they do? I think the key is you need to either deny the pass, and of course Sand Springs can run baseline, so it's a little harder to do when that's available. Or they need to trap the ball on the first pass and make a good trap. And what Sand Springs does so well, when they trap, they'll have 2 or 3 other defenders ready to move into position to take that next pass that the offense is looking for. And Del City can learn from that and try to do the same thing. Trap and then position your other 3 players to intercept a pass that the player who's getting trapped is going to make.
Winner here to face Edmond Memorial tomorrow, 2 o'clock in the semifinals. Loser sees Epic at 12:30. Pass deflected, picked up by Hunt. Turnovers, what the Eagles desperately need. Hunt pulls up from the free throw line, rolls out. Boy, it looked good, but it wouldn't fall. And so as we near the final minute, a big missed opportunity there. Sandines get it back. Long pass ahead to Butler, and she'll smartly back it out. No need to rush a shot.
Very smartly.
No shot clock in high school hoops. Take your time. And now a whistle and a foul here will give a couple free throws to Corey Wilson. And at this point now, as Bryson fouls out right there, that was her 5th. At this point for Del City, you're at the mercy of Sand Springs missing some free throws. If they make their free throws, there's only so much you can do.
I mean, Del City had a good defensive game plan there. They decided to wait until Sand Springs crossed the timeline before they trapped, and it worked beautifully. But another problem Del City's had besides dealing with Sand Springs press is they have missed some easy shots. Now, that shot they missed there was not easy, but that's been part of their issues here. They've missed some layups. They missed some free throws. So that's another issue that they have going forward. And think about how the game would have turned out if Thornton hadn't gotten foul trouble. So there are some things that they could have done differently to be more competitive in this game.
Sure. So split the trip, makes it 59-50, 47 seconds to go. Hunt slips, and it's scooped up. Just unfortunate break there. And with 40 seconds left, Sand Springs has got it back up by 9. And it feels like that turnover might be the final dagger. We'll still see here. You never know. High school hoops can get crazy on you, but that turnover might be the final straw there. 36 seconds to go. 9-point lead for the Sandites, and a couple more free throws coming. That's another foul out for Del City. That's the 3rd play they've had foul out as Purifoy committed her 5th there. First free throws up and good. Del City was game for this one. They were right in this a lot of the way, like you said, against a really good Sand Springs team. But didn't quite, too many turnovers and mistakes here in the 4th quarter.
But that's why you want to play these games. It's not going to hurt them seeding-wise. They have to prepare for a stretch run that includes tough games at Lawton MacArthur and against Midwest City.
It's a great pass by Hunt to Keila Howard just into the game. Senior laid that in. That was a really good feed. Gets it back to within single digits at 9. Butler trapped here on the sideline. And tie up jump ball. Arrow keeps it with Sand Springs. 12.6 seconds to go. So this one obviously in hand for the Sandites. And they'll get that matchup with Edmond Memorial tomorrow, which, like you said, those two teams saw each other once this year already.
And they'll play each other again after this tournament, so
they'll get very familiar with each other.
But we get to show you the tournament game.
Be a fun one tomorrow. Look forward to that.
For Del City, they'll play Epic. You know, I expect them to win comfortably, just because Epic's a new team to the scene and all that. So if Del City has a chance to play for 5th place against a team like Putnam City, that's a possible match. I'm not saying that will be the matchup, but that's a possible Saturday game for Del City that I think would be really good for them if they can have that matchup.
Smithers gets it across. McCarroll 3-ball here. Won't fall, and the clock will run out. And that will be your ball game. Sand Springs wins it 63-52. A very competitive game throughout. Obviously, it was tied after 1. It was just a 1 or 2 possession game throughout pretty much the entire game until that fourth quarter explosion by Sand Springs, in which they pushed it out a bit and ended up winning relatively comfortably in the final moments. But a very competitive game. And Sand Springs wins it 63-52. Make sure we get in our player of the game, our Eastside Church of Christ player of the game from the Sand Springs Lady Sandites. Who are you thinking here? I think there's a few options.
You're right. That's a tough one. I mean, you got Wilson,
first half, I would have said Hope Bump in the first half, but the second half cool off a little.
Yeah. We obviously like Tiana Butler's game.
Tiana Butler was really good.
I like Wilson again. I'll go with Butler because she was a good defensive anchor for him.
I'm good with that. Tiana Butler, the freshman. I really, just a freshman. Her length and, her ability to handle the ball and shoot a little bit, her defense, she's going to be a really good player.
Played very composed.
Yeah, for a long time there in Sand Springs. So our Eastside Church of Christ player of the game, Tiana Butler, the freshman from Sand Springs. The Eastside Church of Christ in Midwest City believes in loving Jesus by loving their neighbors. They invite you to join them Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. for Bible class with song and praise beginning at 10 a.m. If you can't make it Sunday mornings, you're invited to study with them at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. Check out their live and recorded streams on YouTube and find more information on their website at eastsidechurchofchrist.info. The Eastside Church of Christ at 916 South Douglas Boulevard in Midwest City. So that's it for you. Sand Springs wins it by 11. They're on to the semifinals. The schedule for tomorrow for planning purposes, and again, all of these games will be available on OSN. The day will start in the consolation bracket at 11 a.m. with Bishop McGuinness taking on Putnam City Original. The other consolation game will be Epic taking on those Del City Eagles you just watched. That'll be at 12:30. We'll then have the semifinals for you starting at 2 o'clock with Edmond Memorial taking on Sand Springs. That'll be a really fun ball game. And then the final game of the day tomorrow at 3:30 will be the home squad, Carl Albert Titans, hosting the Westmore Jaguars. And that'll, by the end of action tomorrow, we'll be all set up for Championship Saturday, and we'll know what we're looking for in the finals and all that good stuff. Good first day. Jordan had a lot of good games today.
Yes.
You're the good.
Entertaining.
Yeah. If you're on the mic, yeah, that's the good luck charm, I guess, today. 3 really good games with you on the mic today.
I just make it a point to avoid that 8 versus 1 game.
You handed that one off. I see how you work.
Yeah.
That's it for us. We'll be back tomorrow. Again, 11 a.m. is when the action gets started with Bishop McGuinness and Putnam City Original. Should be a fun way to start the day tomorrow with us on OSN. We thank you so much for tuning in to day 1 of the Titan Classic. Hopefully you rejoin us tomorrow and throughout the rest of the weekend in the 2024 edition of Carl Albert's home tournament, exclusively right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. That's it for us. For Jordan Ray, I'm Josh Calloway. We'll see you guys tomorrow right back here at 11 a.m. for day 2 of the 2024 Titan Classic. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.